Good day to all our classmates. Today I will be reporting in our School Finance and Business Organization Education 220 subject under Professor Philip Prologo. My name is Marianne Morano and I will be reporting for Group 1. My report is all about organizing a business, entrepreneurship, business prospectus, the search for business opportunity, business promotion and discovery, determination of a business feasibility. Did you know? Life is about creating value, taking calculated risks, listening to your heart, realizing your aspirations. So is entrepreneurship. Why are entrepreneurs unique? Some have changed the world. Some were in school. Some sold garbage and still became millionaires. Some just started at home. And some have saved lives. Entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? It is the process of creating something new of value by devoting or giving the necessary time and effort, by accepting and acknowledging the necessary financial, psychological, and social risks, and finally receiving the resulting rewards, be it monetary and personal satisfaction, and freedom to do what you want. What is an entrepreneur? There are individuals who actively form or lead their own business and nurture them for growth and prosperity. A person who creates and manages change by the recognition of opportunities, needs, wants, opportunities, problems, and challenges, and develops people and manages resources to take advantage of the resources, to take opportunity, and creates a venture, profitable business. I think I consider myself an entrepreneur. I've been into four businesses as of the moment. So I chose this report because I think I can relate to this topic. What are the different outcomes of engaging in entrepreneurship? Innovation or newness, product or service, organizing resources, finance, people, fiscal, and information resource, creating new product or service. What are the different outcomes of engaging in entrepreneurship? Generating wealth, taking risk in a business venture. Well, that is very true. Prepared to face uncertainty. That is very true. Like I've closed 2 offices due to COVID-19. So you have to really prepare for it, okay? Create job opportunity. Yes, I have when I opened my school, I had 13 teachers with me, and I have 2 staff in my office, and I also have 2 staff in my food business. Okay, so you increase the abundance of wealth generation for the nation. That is true because you are contributing and paying taxes as well. I am paying monthly and quarterly taxes for my businesses. Okay, most common reasons for business failures: bad or improper management or practices, including poor cost controls and poor hiring practices, poor focused and executed marketing or inadequate marketing, poor location, failure to invest in new products and efficient technology, Lack of adequate financing. Yeah. Poor location is, I think, I consider minimal. It depends on your network as based on the current situation of marketing right now. Well, if it's like a hotel, then definitely you really need to have a good location for your business. You have to be in the center of the city, right, to be able to manage your business well. Like if you're in a factory business, when you think of good location, you just have to think of the financing as well, right? So some business owners in Japan, they just have their factories in other countries because they can save a lot, okay, in the production cost. So bad or improper management practices, including poor cost controls and poor hiring practices, yeah, that really affects the business failures. So like if your business is just small, you just need one person. I have done that in my business, in my food business. Like it's just a small kiosk, and the operations are actually multiple. So I hired two staff, okay, which made my net worth not really that much. So plus the rental as well, of course. So you really have to consider these. These are the reasons that cause business failures. And then we have the number two, poorly focused executive marketing or inadequate marketing. Yeah, that's one of the reasons as well. And then you have the poor location, failure to invest in new products and efficient technology. You really have to do that if you wanted to improve, but it's quite costly. And then lack of adequate financing. So before you have to venture into the business, you have to make sure that you have like adequate money for your business. Otherwise, you'll just stand into like a loan. So if you're gonna loan, it's kind of headache for you when you're trying to operate your business. But of course, it's still a risk. It's still a risk. Business is a risk. Characteristics or personal competency of an entrepreneur. Okay, so you have to be initiative. You have to see and act on opportunities. You have to be persistent. You have to seek information. You have to be concerned for high quality work and output. Yes, increased productivity. And you have to commit to your work contract. Well, work contract is kind of complicated because it involves legal processes. Right. Okay. Let's go to business perspectives.
Hello, meet Scott. He's a new enthusiastic salesperson. But he's struggling with sales prospecting. He needs more leads. He needs to engage more buyers. He's not sure what to do next. So we gave him these sales prospecting tips. Learn the sales habit loop. Your sales results are essentially the sum of your habits. Set aside a consistent time in your calendar to prospect every day. What you repeatedly do, example, what time you spend planning, researching, and doing each day, ultimately forms the salesperson you are. So booking this time with yourself will go a long way in ensuring that this activity happens on a regular basis. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Target specific profiles. It's a big ocean out there. There are different types of people, industries, and company sizes. You can't boil the ocean all at once. So, where should you start first? Who are your ideal customers, and how well do you understand the challenges facing these customers? Be a master of focus. Less is more. ruthlessly prioritize and focus in on specific buyers with specific pain points that you can help solve. Plan your social sales touch points. The biggest competitor in selling to a prospect is not the competition, it is the buyer status quo. You've got your target list, a list of profiles you can target, the warm engaged list and the warm lead list, and even the lost lead list. Prioritize each list and then take some time each day to have social touch points. See where they are in their buyer's journey. Are there any questions that they have? Is there any information that you can share with them? Invite them to a VIP webinar or exclusive seminar that you are hosting. Look for triggers, insights, and referrals. Selling in itself doesn't cost buying. Buying is cost by influence on the buyer, by you, the salesperson. 3 major events that trigger a buyer's journey: bad experience with supplier, product, change in organization, they become aware of an issue or a need. The social networks throw up 1,000 buyer signals and triggers every day. Learn social listening. According to Forrester Incorporate Vision, 74% of buyers choose a salesperson that was first to provide value and insight. Within their buying journey, also people buy from people. Use your social reach to get referrals and introductions. Build your social media presence. Personal branding or self-marketing is the process of managing and optimizing the way that you are presented to others on social media. As you build your social brand, it becomes much easier to connect with prospective clients, close deals, and grow the opportunities that weren't possible when you started. The 6 B's to building a social presence: bio, background, backstory, belief, bridge, and benefits. Don't waste time being where your potential customers are not. Remember that social media activity is an addictive process and doesn't replace your other prospecting activities. Learn how to use content to engage buyers. Social content is data, articles, and information that is created then delivered through a social process on the social networks for buyers' engagement. Givers gain. Give your prospects and customers value through your communication. Show that you understand where they are in the buying process, that what their challenges are, and provide knowledge, ideas, and inspiration, which moves them farther in buying process. 75% B2B buyers and 84% of C-level or vice president level executives use social media to make purchasing decisions. Selling is a perspective process. Be consistent. In the digitally influenced buyer's journey, only valuable commercial insights will learn the right to engage a buyer earlier in the sales process. The fruits of your labor generally do not show up on the first touch point. Moving a lead from lukewarm to hot requires multiple planned touch points and effort. To be successful in sales prospecting, your skills have to be integrated in your sales system. Methodologies and processes. Successful salespeople use a prospective sales process backed by sound rationality. They present neutral insights, valuable data, a solid view of their capabilities, and convey their understanding about the purchase process clearly. Buyers perceive prospective sellers as a step ahead of the process, eliminating obstacles. Scott is now happy because he has formed a sales habit loop.
What is a prospectus? A prospectus is a legal disclosure document that provides information about an investment offering to the public and that is required to be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission or local regulator. So when you're a sole proprietor, you just have to register under Department of Trade and Industry. And if you are into partnership or like a company, then you have to register into under Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC. Okay, so 2 or more owners of the business, you have to register under SEC. The prospectus contains information about the company, its management team, recent financial performance, and other related information that investors would like to know. Types of prospectuses. Preliminary. The first stage is the preliminary prospectus, which contains the details of the business and proposed financial action. Bridged. And a page prospectus is basically the summary of a prospectus. It contains all the important features of a prospectus in a condensed, reader-friendly version. Shelf. This refers to the shelf life of the information as it's only relevant for 1 year or less. Generally, only finance-based companies are eligible for creating a shelf prospectus. Deemed. When a company agrees to give shares to an issuing house and then later sell to the public, the document disclosing the offer is deemed to be prospectus. A financial prospectus must contain the following: description of the offering, history of the business, description of management, price, date, selling discounts, use of proceeds, description of the underwriting, financial information, risk to buyers, legal opinion regarding the formation of the company, and then we have the SEC disclaimer. Search for business opportunity. What is opportunity? Opportunity is defined as a situation that enables entrepreneur to offer marketable products or services to interested buyers or end users. Types of situational factors. Product or services is still not in existence. Product or service is already in the market but failed to satisfy the customers, so it needs to be improved. Emergence of opportunity. When people decide they have certain needs and want to be satisfied, or when people discovered a problem of some kind that can be helped by a product or service. The presence of unfulfilled needs and want or problems alerts the entrepreneur to the potential opportunity. The entrepreneur later creates a business that is able to fulfill the needs or wants or solve the problem. Opportunity identification. Opportunity identification is a process that involves the search for and discovery of business opportunities. Discuss about approach to opportunity identification. Number 1, observe changes in the environment. That's very true. When I was in business, like, okay, do I have any competition here? Okay, then I had just one. Before I started my business, I already had a new business competition. So like, I really have to be aware of that. I was really surprised. Like, after so many years, there has never been business like that. Like, there has never been a business in that line like my kiosk. And then suddenly, before I started, like weeks before I started, it just popped up. So like, what's happening here? I really have to do something to innovate my business approaches and my products. That way, I can compete with just like probably 5 meters or just 10 meters away from me, which has the same kind of business that I have. Okay, next, number 2, you have to recognize a need that customers have that is not being satisfied. Okay, so you have to check what are the needs of the customers that you need to satisfy. Okay, and then next is recognize problems and find way to solve it. Okay, I always signal myself when it comes to that. I really have to recognize the problems and find ways to solve it. There are so many strategies, I think, in solving a problem. So we have letters A to Z. That's why I am always hopeful that I can always find ways when I encounter problems in my businesses. Okay. Observing changes in the environment. Changes in the environment give rise to needs and wants and or problems, and an opportunity emerges. So there you go. Let's have the direct explanation to this. Important environment forces to observe include economic forces, social forces, technological advantages, and political and regulatory status. Let's recognize needs and wants. Opportunity occurs whenever there is a need and want to fulfill. The term needs refer to basic needs that the consumer must have in order to live, while the term wants refers to a personal desire for something that is more than basic need. Alright, so the wants and the need. Like for example, food is a need, but if you wanted hamburger or pizza, like that's already a want, right? Okay, recognize problem and find solutions. Opportunity identification process. So the search for changes in the environment, and then you have to recognize the needs and wants and solutions, and then you have to do discovery of opportunity. The ability to search and discover business opportunities. Experience and exposure. Knowledge and skills. Special alertness. Social network. Creativity. Vigilance. Mechanism to identify opportunities. So we have customers, retailers, and distributors. We have business associates. Yeah. Like in my travel and tourist business, way back, travel was really on its peak season when COVID has not yet visited the earth. I used to practice B2B or business to business entrepreneurship. Okay, so like you need to be engaged with other business partners in order for you to maximize your operations. Okay, and then you have the bankers, of course, and then you have the consultants, you have the employees and others. After that, you have to deposit your money to the bank, or else what would you do with that after like rolling your capital? And then when you have your NAT already, then you have to deposit, you have to speak with the bankers. And then consultants, we normally don't have that. I tried my best to just be of my own kind when it comes to managing my business. My husband is my consultant. I think I trust him more than everybody else. And then next we have the employees. Yes, they're very important consideration. And when you think of employees, just doesn't have to think about paying them. You have to think about your relationship with them. You have to have a really good relationship with them, and respect them, as they help a lot in growing your business and others. Okay. Evaluation and selection process. The evaluation and selection process involves judging the viability of the opportunity and assessing its potential. Okay, there we go. Okay, criteria for evaluation and selection. Can make money and has potential for growth. That's true. Okay, less competition. Good fit between entrepreneur and opportunity. Has competitive advantage. Well, you have to be really, as for number 4, you really have to be confident with that. If you are not confident with that, then you should not, you should think or twice before engaging yourself in the business world. Okay? Because competition is everywhere. And then, workable and efficient. Not against norms and values of the community. That's why. That's right. And then you have to conform with laws and regulations. Yeah, I used to have this online business, and right now we're doing the live selling, and I think I really have to conform with the laws and regulations. That's why I decided to. I just started it with just because I wanted it to be my unwinding activity. Okay, so like my tutorial business is kind of heavy for me because I have like over 60 students, and I need to, each of them is very unique. Each of them has different problems and challenges that the tutors have to face, so I really have to supervise the tutors when it comes to their challenges in their tutorial work. And I decided to put out my bags business because I love bags, and it's just because it makes me happy. And then I realized that it's beginning to grow. I've purchased just 100 bags, and then later on in a month I've already purchased over 700 bags. So I just realized that I'm already into a real business. I think it may be small, but it's a kind of business. So I decided to register under Department of Trade and Industry, and later on the process, because it's already December and you have to register your business in the municipal for operations by January. Business promotion and discovery. The identification of an idea for a new business in the first step is business promotion. The business promoter may also be induced to consider certain product ideas because of the availability of materials. Yes, before you introduce your business, you have to do business promotions. You have to meet people. You have to already have the network. It's very important that you have the network, and then business promoter. The business promoter. I am also the one promoting my business here in our place. You just have to have a really good network when it comes to having a business. Promotions by means of Facebook, it helps a lot. Promotions by means of speaking with people, communicating with people directly also helps a lot. What is promotion? Promotion is a catch-all term that includes all the ways a business can attempt to enhance the visibility of its products, services, or brands. Important, the words promotion and advertising may be used interchangeably, but they are not the same thing. Advertising is one specific action you could take to promote your product or service. In other words, it's one type of promotion. How does promotion work? Promotion is a vital aspect of any business. Without at least some level of promotion, a business can't get customers. And without them, it's only a matter of time before the business will have to close its doors. It will always be continuous promotions, okay? So, whatever the kind of promotion is, okay? It could be through digital, it could be through people, the word of the mouth. It's very important that the promotion continues, because you have to remind people of your business. You have to let people know, those who don't know yet, the importance of your business and how can you help them. You have to be engaged with your clients and customers. Types of promotion. So yeah, as I said, you have the word of the mouth. This is considered by many to be the most effective way to promote a business, and best of all, it is free. According to Nielsen studies, 83% of consumers trust the recommendations of friends and family. Yeah. When I started my tutorial, on the day I opened my tutorial, I already had 32 students. So I had to employ, or I had to hire 8 tutors for them. Okay, so it just happened through the word of the mouth. It's a matter of trust. So next, website. A professionally designed website can be an excellent promotion tool, allowing businesses to inexpensively post up-to-date information on products and services. I've tried this actually. I made my website. It's just that I don't think I have time to do it, and it's quite costly when you hire people to do the website. Okay, so I trust other multimedia sites or platforms. Next, we have the social media. This one, I really love the social media. I really love the social media as a form of business promotion. Social media is a popular, inexpensive form, yes, of course, but you have to pay for some of your promotions if you wanted to boost your promotion, okay? So, inexpensive form of online business promotion like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube can be effective in reaching customers. I'm a fan of Facebook. I use Facebook a lot, okay, because it helps me in my business operations, okay. But I pay a lot. I check my yearly contributions to Facebook promotions to their boosting feature, and I paid a lot in the boosting. Okay, next we have the elevator pitch. This quick promotional technique is used by business people to give a short 2 or 3 sentence description of what their business does and how their products or services might benefit potential customers. Okay, so you just have to give a brief idea, background of your business, of your operations. Like, what do you do, and how can it help them? Okay, next, business cards. Even in the digital age, this decades-old form of business promotion persists. In some countries, exchanging business cards remains a crucial aspect of networking and business etiquette. Yes, of course, you really have to have the business cards, especially when I was in the peak of travel and tours, and I got to travel in other countries. I always bring business cards with me because you will never know your business partners who you will meet along the way as you travel or as you go to other places. Like in Thailand, I was on a cruise, and then I met the owner of a resort, and there we just exchanged cards, and from there I could create business packages out of what she can offer me. So my sisters were really happy that I got to meet those kinds of people, and yeah, so business cards help a lot in promoting your business. Next, we have the vehicle decoration wraps. Wraps are ads that are printed on vehicles. Anyone who encounters that vehicle in traffic will also see the ad. Many wraps feature a professionally designed business logo, a tagline, and contact information. In this case, in Miagao, for example, we just put ads inside tricycles. So it's also one way of vehicle decorations. You just have to post your apartment. For example, in my dorm, I just have to put the pictures of my dorm and how much does it cost, and then so the students can see them, because students commute through tricycles. And also when we were operating our study hub with food services, okay, so we also did that. We put promotional materials inside the tricycles for the students to be aware that this business is operating within their vicinity. Okay, next, flyers. Flyers are another relatively old but still highly effective promotional tool. A company performing work at the residence in a neighborhood can easily draw flyers into neighboring mailboxes. Flyers can also be left on doorsteps, in public spaces, or in the window of a coffee shop. This is very famous in Japan. Like, every time I go home, I have this from school. Every time I go home, I receive these kinds of flyers from malls. Okay, next we have the charity events. Getting involved in charitable events, whether by hosting, sponsoring, or attending, is a great way to create a positive attitude about your business in the community. I do this a lot. I really do a lot of sponsoring charity events. I've been a major sponsor of some tribes here during the Salakayan event, and the last time I sponsored a tribe, it was really big, it's really huge. And then we had the schools charity events. We were also sponsoring schools charity events. People involved in these kinds of events would usually ask you, what kind of business are you in? Like, what kind of services do you offer? So it triggers inquisitivity among people. Okay, key takeaways. In the world of business, promotion is an effort to increase the visibility of a company's brand, products, or services. The most effective promotional strategies vary by industry, business size, and many other factors. That's true. Some examples of promotional efforts include television ads, billboards, and sponsoring a charity event. Determination of a business feasibility. What is a feasibility study? A feasibility study is the initial design stage to any project or plan. It is an analysis into the viability of an idea. Feasibility studies help answer the essential questions. Should we proceed with the proposed idea or not? Okay? Also important to say, should you proceed or not? Okay? So when I was in Japan, I was a teacher there for like 7 years. 2 years that I've spent there, I've been doing feasibility study. Like I've been studying, I've been benchmarking as well, and what could be the potential of the business to be successful. Okay, so like I've been planning for 2 years. What is a feasibility study? The objective study may be completed in conjunction with the smooth planning process, which looks at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that may be present externally in the environment or internally in the resources. Feasibility studies help determine does the company possess the required resources or technologies, and does the proposal offer a reasonable return versus the risk for the investment. Aspects in determining of feasibility managed study includes proponents, personnel and organization, marketing study, production facilities, and the product. Okay, types of feasibility studies. So we have technical hardware and software, existing or new staffing skills, financial initial and future stakeholders, investors, ROI or return of investment benchmarks, market industry type, marketing characteristics, market growth, competition environments, sales projections, organization structure, legal, management, and team's competency. Content of a feasibility study. The most common feasibility studies should include the following sections: an executive summary, descriptive of product or service, technology considerations, product or service marketplace, identification of specific market, marketing strategy, organization structure, schedule, and financial projections. Typical steps to a feasibility study: preliminary analysis. During this first step, the feasibility process, you may investigate a variety of ways to organize the business and or to position the product in the marketplace. It is like an exploratory journey, and you may take several paths before you reach your destination. Just because the initial analysis is negative does not mean that the proposal does not have merit. Sometimes limitations or flaws in the proposal can be corrected. Market assessment. A market assessment may be conducted that will help determine the viability of a proposed product or service in the marketplace. It will also help to identify demand in the market and what price. If no opportunities are found, there may be no reason to proceed further with a feasibility study. If opportunities are found, the market assessment can give focus and directions in the construction of business scenarios to investigate the feasibility study. A market assessment will provide much of the information for the marketing feasibility section of the feasibility study. Organizational structures. This step in the feasibility analysis pertains to organization, staffing requirements, including management and labor alignment are studied. How many workers are needed for how long? What other resources will be needed? Financial controls. It is important to formalize an opening day balance sheet in this step. First efforts at projected revenues and expenses are attempted. Points of vulnerability. Factors that are internal to the project and represent vulnerability to the project's short-term or long-term steps should be reviewed and analyzed. These points then can be controlled or otherwise eliminated. Results and conclusions. The conclusion of the feasibility study should outline in depth the various scenarios examined. The project leaders need to carefully examine the feasibility study and change its underlying assumptions. This is the time to be skeptical. Go or no-go decision. The go or no-go decision is one of the most critical business development. It is the point of no return. Once you have definitely decided to pursue a business scenario, there's usually no turning back. The feasibility study will be a major information source in making the decision. This indicates the importance of a properly developed feasibility study. Sometimes it's just a matter of thoughts, okay? So after you have determined after you have done your feasibility study, sometimes it's just a matter of thoughts if you will go or will not proceed with your business plans. Okay, so that's all for today. That all covered my report, and I hope that you have learned something from me. Thank you so much, and again, this is Ms. Marianne Morano reporting for Group 1 for our project, School Finance and Business Organization, under our professor, Mr. Philip Prologo. Thank you so much, and God bless everyone.